YouTube is a place where everyone is free to express themselves. But not all of the people on YouTube are harmless. There are stories that might send shivers down your spine. Stories of YouTubers who turned into killers. What does their video history reveal about their descent into insanity? Will we see more YouTubers succumb to the pressures of online fame and spiral into madness? Lens Cap Productions, or more commonly known as Mr. Anime, was a fervent admirer of anime films who gained popularity for his YouTube reviews of anime.
Well, today I'm reviewing Maple Story. Let's get right to the Maple Story. There's a legendary tree that lives on Maple Island. Well, it used to live there. It was destroyed a long time ago.
In 2006, Trey rose to prominence for his YouTube anime reviews and was recognized as a major contributor to the growing anime community on the platform. He served as an inspiration for many of the biggest names in the anime community and established himself as a prominent online personality. However, at some point along the way, Trey's content began to shift from anime, video games, and firearms to disturbing topics such as serial killers, animal abuse, and real gun usage. In February 2012, he declared that he needed to take a break for a couple of weeks to reward himself for his work.
This is just an update video to let you guys know that I'm going to reward myself with probably a 2 or 3 week break coming up here from YouTube videos, anime reviews in particular. I might do some blog stuff. I want to thank you guys a lot for sticking with me and watching the channel. I got more subscribers than ever. I have more views than ever, and everything is going really good.
On March 20th, 2012, Trey murdered his mother, father, and older brother Mark. After the act, he wrote on the walls, "Why did I do this? I love my mom, dad, and brother." Trey had a fascination with guns, but no one suspected he was capable of such heinous acts. He was described by friends as highly intelligent and kind-hearted. During interrogations, it was revealed that Trey committed the murders to spare his family from knowing about his plan to target Waller Junior High School. His goal was to have at least 70 victims.
I would protect them with my life, but at the same time, if anyone was going to hurt them, it was going to be me. Or they were the first immediate human targets in my sight. And if I was going to go out and do anything, they would have to go. And I'm like, there's my opportunity. Go ahead, go get it.
Trey's close friend, Tyler Adams, stated that Trey's mental state deteriorated over the years, and the only indication of this was the increasing violence in his videos and films. After being apprehended, Trey was given a life sentence. His YouTube channel was terminated in late 2020. 11/2/11/29. Next up is Randy Robert Stair, who went by the online name Andrew Blaze, was a YouTube creator and also an employee of Weiss Markets. He maintained detailed video recordings and journals chronicling his thoughts and actions leading up to his eventual plan. These recordings were shared on his YouTube channel called Pioneers Productions, as well as every one of his social media profiles. In his video uploads to his YouTube channel, Pioneers Productions, he expressed his desire of ending his life while also sharing his trauma and his suffering due to depression. He also began to question his gender identity.
The more I wore girl clothes, the more I felt like that was who I was. Like I felt like I was a girl, and I found out that I was. I was never meant to be a guy. I was just a female soul trapped in a man's body my whole life.
11/40/8/12/54. As his descent worsened, he started to offer elaborate justifications for his schemes of carrying out a shooting, and he rationalized that by doing so, he could enter a fantastical animated realm he had envisioned. Randy displayed a disturbing fixation on the Columbine High School massacre and idolized the perpetrators, Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris, as his heroes. On his YouTube channel, Randy showcased brief skits and collaborative works with fellow creators. However, in 2014, Following a series of purportedly distressing incidents in his personal life, Randy announced to his viewers that he would be shifting the focus of his content. As a result, Randy's new content centered around Ember's Ghost Squad, a show inspired by a fictional character named Ember McLean from the Nickelodeon series Danny Phantom. This came about because of his fascination with another character from the show, Ember McLean. The night before the shooting, he uploaded his final video, titled Westboro High Massacre. Randy expressed animosity towards those associated with the Danny Phantom series, whom he believed had wronged him. The series also included an animated segment depicting him and a character from Ember's Ghost Squad firing guns inside a fictional high school. The series concluded with compilations of earlier videos that elucidated Randy's motivations behind the shooting.
But, my life's not been the greatest. We've all got problems. It's not just me. Everybody does. And then sometimes those things just make you make bad choices.
13/8. The following day, Randy showed up for his late night shift at Weiss Markets at approximately 11 p.m. during the store's closing time. He proceeded to make his way to the staff area at the back of the store and barricaded an emergency exit located towards the rear of the premises. After blocking the emergency exit, Randy resumed his work of restocking shelves and cleaning up the store from the previous day. Later, Randy returned to the staff area at the back of the store and blocked the remaining exits, including the automatic doors at the main entrance, thereby locking himself and any potential victims inside the store. Randy retrieved 2 shotguns that he had concealed in a duffel bag and proceeded to roam around the store. He fatally shot 3 of his coworkers during this time. One of Randy's coworkers managed to escape and contact the police. However, by the time the police arrived at the scene, Randy had already taken his own life. Elliot Roger, an English vlogger, often recorded his videos in his car, where he openly shared his struggles with depression and feelings of inadequacy when it came to attracting girls. In many of his videos, Elliot exhibited narcissistic tendencies, boasting about his good looks, personality, car, and fashion sense, while expressing confusion as to why he was still overlooked by girls.
I've been attending college in Santa Barbara for about 2.5 years now. And in those 2.5 years, I've experienced nothing but loneliness and misery. And my problem is girls. There are so many beautiful girls here, but none of them give me a chance. And I don't know why. I don't know why you girls are so repulsed by me. It doesn't make sense. I do everything I can to appear attractive to you. Dress nice. I'm sophisticated and magnificent. I have a nice car, a BMW. Well, nicer than 90% of the people at my college. I'm polite. I'm the ultimate gentleman. And yet, you girls never give me a chance. I don't know why.
On May 23, 2014, Elliot uploaded another video to his YouTube channel in which he once again expressed his frustration with women. He complained that they would throw themselves at obnoxious men instead of him and threatened that they would be punished for not showing him the attention he believed he deserved.
For the last 8 years of my life, ever since I've hit puberty, I've been forced to endure an existence of loneliness, rejection, and unfulfilled desires, all because girls have never been attracted to me. I don't know why you girls aren't attracted to me, but I will punish you all for it. It's an injustice, a crime, because I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy. And yet you throw yourselves at all these obnoxious men instead of me, the supreme gentleman. I will punish all of you for it.
Elliot was mentioned in the headlines on the same day for killing 6 people and injuring 14 people near the University of California, St. Barbara. This incident came to be known as the Isla Vista Massacre. Prior to ending his own life after a police pursuit, Elliot had already committed several heinous acts. He first stabbed 3 men in his apartment before driving to a sorority house, where he shot 3 women outside and then went on to shoot a male student in a nearby deli. Elliot then recklessly sped through Isla Vista, exchanging gunfire with the police and using his vehicle to hit innocent bystanders. His final act was crashing into a parked vehicle before taking his own life with the same gun he had been using to inflict terror and chaos.
The day of retribution. The hottest sorority house in Lucy history. Every single spoiled stuff I see inside there. I take great pleasure in honoring you. You will finally see that I am, in truth, the superior one, the true alpha male.
Once his video went public, Elliot Rodger sent a lengthy autobiographical manuscript titled My Twisted World to around a dozen acquaintances and family members. The document was later made available on the internet, revealing Rodger's troubled childhood, family conflicts, his frustration over not being able to find a girlfriend, his deep-seated hatred for women, his contempt for minorities, and his plan for what he called retribution. Elliot Rodger has become one of the most widely known examples of a YouTuber turned killer. Samantha Walford, a former YouTuber, had dreams of becoming an actress. She was a married mother of 5 who frequently showcased her relationship with her husband, Ernie, in her YouTube videos. Despite having 5 children to support, Samantha would often express her dissatisfaction with her husband's work schedule, complaining that he worked all the time in her YouTube videos. Samantha frequently expressed frustration with her husband's long work hours and love for playing video games on her YouTube channel. In fact, the couple's marriage was sparked by an argument in 2014 over Ernie's in-game character marrying a female character online. Samantha threatened to leave Ernie, but he proposed to her to put an end to the dispute. Samantha expressed her dissatisfaction with her life, saying that it lacked excitement and that she dreamed of becoming a famous actress. Following the night of February 20, 2015, Samantha had a twisted plan and gave her children high dosages of Ambien to prevent them from witnessing her dark plan. She hired 3 men to kidnap and kill her husband. They had planned to enter their house and beat Ernie in front of his wife. However, even after his wife's betrayal, Ernie pleaded the men to not hurt his family, but his pleas were ignored. Ernie was dragged into the middle of the woods where the men killed him. Once the investigation began, Samantha was interrogated, but the police were skeptical of her story. After the investigation began, Samantha attempted to deflect suspicion towards Jonathan Sanford, one of the 3 kidnappers, claiming that she met him at the hospital while visiting a friend, and that he took offense upon hearing about her husband's abusive behavior. After the arrest of Jonathan Sanford and his brother Jose Antonio Ponce for aggravated kidnapping, they provided evidence indicating that Samantha was actually the mastermind behind the plan, along with the 3rd kidnapper, Octavius Rhymes.
Talking about her relationship with me, Tay, and my sister-in-law and all that, and me trying to talk to her and help her out and all that, because she seems like a good person to me. She was explaining to me how he treats the kids and all that. If I ever see it, or if I happen to be around, or if I ever see her with bruises or the kids with bruises, that. So yeah, I said I'd whoop his ass. I did say I'd hospitalize him. I'm gonna put you down and make sure you can't come back up and whoop my ass and I'm walking away.
10:14. Jonathan helped the sheriff to locate Ernie's body. It was a remote location somewhere in the woods. Ernie was wearing his boxers, and he was beaten so brutally that he was no longer coherent. Right before Ernie was shot in the back of the head by the Ponce, their plan was to put drugs in Ernie's vehicle and get him arrested for it. But Samantha was so blinded by hate that she asked the men to kill him. Despite initially denying any involvement with the 3 men who carried out the kidnapping, Samantha's phone records showed she had been in contact with all of them before the murder. Samantha was sentenced to 99 years in prison. There are various speculations about Samantha's motive behind the heinous act, with some suggesting that it was driven by her desire for fame, while others believe it was due to her fear of losing her children after her husband threatened to leave her. However, regardless of her motive, the fact that she subjected her 5 children to neglect and harm for the sake of a YouTube channel was not something that her husband, Ernie, could accept.